So in the series Star Trek Voyager, in season 4, there's a 2-part episode entitled Year of Hell, which is pretty good. And I'm going to assume that if you're watching this, you are familiar with Star Trek Voyager. I'm not going to take the time to explain the whole situation. So anyway, short story is, in these 2 episodes, they encounter a alien ship where they've been able to cloak themselves in this temporal shielding so that they operate outside of the space-time continuum. And they're able to use they have this device that does these temporal incursions to alter the timeline. And they've got all this sophisticated technology that they use to calculate and run scenarios and simulations. And they'll do their big temporal displacement wave, alter the timeline, and then they analyze it. And basically they're trying to change things so that everything is the best they can be for their native race. Of course, that causes all kinds of problems. Millions of species and worlds come and go. Entire civilizations cease to have ever existed. And the Starship Voyager goes through hell. It's destroyed at least once, and it's just a complete nightmare. And then when all's said and done, they're able to destroy the ship. Spoiler alert, and everything goes back to how it was before. And the Voyager crew has no idea that anything ever even happened. So why am I talking about this? This idea that you can somehow stimulate temporal incursions to adjust the timeline seemed to me a little bit similar to when I grab my phone and I shoot a video which I place on YouTube. Only there's some pretty big differences. I don't have simulations. I don't know how people are going to respond. I'm shooting from the hip. And I am simply trying to share principles and opinions, stories, and whatnot to try to help people. I want to do what I can to share the light and truth that I have with others. But it's very disconcerting for me how when I do these videos, I don't know who's going to watch them. I don't know how they're going to respond. If it's a family member, I have no idea if they're going to be deeply hurt or deeply upset or deeply offended or whatever. I have no idea. And of course, there's no way to undo that. But the reason I bring that up is that going back to considering what Christ does, he who sheds or shines the light of truth throughout the universe, he who makes all life possible, whose power enables all life and all the laws of nature to exist and to function properly. Jesus is constantly inviting us, teaching us, directing us, sending out light and truth. in every way he can to help us be better, to help us improve, and to attain to a greater degree of happiness. And so the only reason I even dare to do this is that my hope is that if I am courageous enough and faithful enough and simply speak the truth I have the best I can, that will function in a similar way, that maybe somehow by some miracle I can be an instrument in the hands of God in helping somebody be better, do better, and deal with this mortal test in a better way. And so there's a principle here to be learned. That is, we're supposed to follow the example of Christ in simply standing for what is right, teaching truth, and courageously proclaiming that truth and those principles of righteousness the best we know how. And what others do with that is up to them. Let it be said that I certainly am not here to offend or to hurt or to make anything more difficult for anybody. I simply don't want to damage any of my relationships. But I do feel like I have a responsibility and a calling to faithfully and courageously and honestly share whatever light and truth, principles of righteousness, and whatever revelation, inspiration the Lord inspires me to share. And so I fully admit I'm a fool. I am shooting from the hip. I probably screw up a lot. And I've got all kinds of faults. But nonetheless, I'm going to do my best to try to be more like Christ, to do what he does. And so, if anyone has seen my videos and has been hurt or offended, I want you to know that that was not the intention. I definitely love you very much and care about you and want to have as good a relationship as can be. And so somehow or other that all connects with the year of hell. Life often is hell, but there's a silver lining. There's a divine purpose in the midst of all the suffering, the trials, the opposition, the chaos, the danger, all these things. We're here to be better, to learn, to improve, and to attain to a greater weight and degree of glory and happiness. And I simply want to do what I can to help inspire that. And so, there you go.